Article 71 critically, you would see that the Constitution itself doesn't prescribe any particular formula for determining the emoluments and entitlement of the class of persons there. It only says that the committee would determine that. Now, it appears over the years, the committee itself has been using some formulas. And I think last year, for instance, they actually wanted to extend the persons who benefit, and the Supreme Court stopped that from happening. Now, from where I sit, what I see is that it is the committee's recommendation which is usually the problem. So that could be resolved by, one, you could pass a legislation, an act of parliament, to prescribe the formula. So, for example, you could pass a law to say that that committee could only recommend any increment based on the success of the economy, maybe GDP. That is just one. So there are so many ways of doing it without amendments. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
So it will be very difficult for that process to take place within the shortest possible time.
Like I said, there are so many ways, a few ways of doing it. If you want to go by amending the Constitution, it will take a longer time. But you could also solve that problem through a regular legislation. You could also determine what the committee recommends. So if you have a committee, for example, which is saying that you are not going to have any increments in anything that has been awarded, or you even not recommend any payment to that, I mean, that Parliament may approve it, the President may approve that of the Parliament, and the problem will be solved. So depending on the approach you are using, you may take a very short time or a very long time.
Well, I disagree with you in here, but let's make progress. The Attorney General, Dr. Ayine, has entered a number of knowledge prosecutions, which is within his right as the AG, within his discretion. Nobody can take it away from him. It's within his mandate, without reason, to anyone. But when the Attorney General goes ahead to give some explanation, it opens, or he opens himself up and brings himself within the provisions of Article 296. Do you agree with me on this proposition? For people to ask whether he exercised that discretion or those discretion within the ambit of 296, whether they were fair, or whether he wasn't biased. You know the very salient points within Article 296. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I myself have been thinking about this particular issue, and I think there are two ways of looking at it. The first way is that the Supreme Court had already held that once the Attorney General exercises the power, it will not be subject, of any judicial review inquiry. If the Supreme Court is going to stand by that position, then it won't matter whether the Attorney General has gone, out of his way to give explanation or not. If the Supreme Court is going to stand by a previous decision, as we have seen, then a question to the Supreme Court to question the discretion will not be something that the Supreme Court will entertain. However, if the Supreme Court decides that they are going to vary their position, in other words, saying that you are not bound to give your reasons, but if you gave your reasons, then we will also assume jurisdiction to evaluate your reason by way of judicial review, then that is possible.
That's a very, very, very good answer from you, because I've had discussions and I believe the AG should be expecting some suits to review those positions that he's taking. Your boss is an ardent respecter of procedure. And I want to find out from you, going to work with him, I know him, the kind of judicial reforms you assist him to undertake at the AG's department towards the justice delivery system of this country. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, if I may get the scope of the question, I didn't quite understand
What are some of the judicial reform proposals that you'll be assisting your boss to undertake? Thank you. Simple and straightforward.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So my boss had indicated at his vetting, and I was sitting behind him, on the use of IT technology to fast-track cases. And also, one key reform is the revival or the implementation, let me call it, of the tribunal system. These are two of the key steps that I would be ready to support my boss. Should you, approve me to, as it were,
The only reforms that you'll be assisting Dr. Ine with is the use of IT. Is that what you are telling? And is that what you are telling the country?
Sorry, I
and
think
setting up a tribunal and early process wise?
That is not what I said. Your question was for me to give some of them, and I think I've answered the question sufficiently in that scope. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, Chairman. I'm left with one question. One question.
Should I remind you of all the questions that you have asked?
Oh, Chairman. Professor Kumado wants me to ask a question.
So you need my leave to be able to do that? Please do.
Chairman, I wish him well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I will proceed to give the floor to Honorable Mahama Shaibu.
Chairman, let me thank you very much. Justice, congratulations, my brother.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Let's do human rights and then customary law. If you turn to page 5 of your CV, you did some work. I think you presented a paper on the treatment of customary law under Ghana's 1992 Constitution, an inspiration to South Sudan. Can you share with us what those highlights were?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So, as you know, South Sudan is a new country, I think one of the youngest we have. So, at the time, that was 2015, they were drafting a constitution, and they required my services to advise them on how to treat customary law within the framework of modern constitutional, systems. So I was there to give them an insight into how we have treated it in Ghana. Little differences in what they wanted. So that was it. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Chairman, again on your CV, I'm also interested in this social work stuff. You did something on social care law in Ghana, a case of carers. Tell us a bit about that too.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So, a carer is a person who is taking care of someone who is either very ill or elderly, and because of the age or illness, is unable to perform the regular activities of life. So that work was trying to compare what the UK system, has and what a Ghanaian system has. And my point in that work was that in Ghana, because of our system, the communal system, we rely on relatives for that carer services. While in the UK, most of the times they have to engage professionals. And these professionals are actually paid by the state to provide these services to total strangers. And evidence also shows, some other works also show that persons who are cared for by relatives often recover and are happier than persons who are cared for by total strangers. So my work was to the effect that we in Ghana have to value our system and make sure that we keep it as it is. And also to the UK that they probably have to consider the communal living to what they currently have. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Your boss.
Yes, your last question.
Your boss is a very diligent, time-conscious man. I hope you know that.
I do.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll give the floor to Honorable Eli Makurugo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Congratulations, Justice. Yes, in most cases, our police services get people arrested, and then they give the excuse that they are being investigated. And so they ask the courts to get the courts to remand them. But in most cases, these people in remand stay for long, for years, without them getting to hear their side of story. An example is Gregory Afoko. What will you recommend to address this lacuna in our justice delivery system? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think my view on this aligns perfectly with my boss's own view. My boss's policy, or my boss to be, his policy is that he would not put a person before the court and now start looking for what? Evidence. And I think that is one way of solving this problem. The other way, the common law judge is the law, because by the common law, the judges have wide discretion. So often, even though the judges have the power to stop some of these, practices, and some actually do, strike cases out for want of prosecution. If you keep bringing the person and you are not taking any step, judges strike it out. But then the problem is when the judge strikes the case out, often the prosecutors will rearrest the person immediately, leave the court, and they will go and start the case usually before a different judge. And I've been a defense counsel. I've seen that. I've experienced that a couple of times. So I think there can be reform, possibly indicating the number of times that you can take an adjournment as a prosecutor without taking any steps. And these are all options that we can have a look at and implement in our laws. Thank you very much.
Chair, thank you. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable Vice Chairman, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Honorable nominee, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Honorable.
Since I don't have much knowledge of the law, I wouldn't want to get into the realm of law with you. So I'll just congratulate you and hope and pray that you give your minister, who is my brother, the best of support. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. I'll proceed to give the floor to the minority leader and then the ranking member. Leader, you have the floor.
From your CV, you had your PhD abroad. What was your source of funding?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was funded by the GET Fund.
Which year did you apply to the GET Fund for scholarship to enable you to study do your PhD abroad?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Actually, I did not apply to get fund for scholarship. I am one of the young lecturers in Gimpa, on behalf of whom the institute, that is Gimpa, applied to get funds to sponsor us. So Gimpa had this program where...
Sorry to interrupt you. I want to get the grammar right, the sentence, your sentence right. I want to go with you. Start again. First, did you apply to get fund for scholarship? Yes, no.
So I'm explaining how I...
Yes, I'm saying I needed to get the construction right. So you start again.
I'm explaining to you how I got...
you are supposed to answer yes, no. Then you can explain.
Please, what's the question again, Mr. Chairman?
I'm saying, my question is, did you apply to get fund for scholarship for your studies abroad, for your PhD, respectively?
Mr. Chairman, that's exactly what I want to say, because if you say did you, it could be that I personally applied or it was applied on my behalf.
Don't worry, let me clarify. Let me take it easy.
Very well.
Take it easy.
Oh,
you are not under cross-examination. Take it easy. Did you personally apply to the GET Fund for scholarship for your PhD? Yes or no?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I applied to GET Fund for scholarship.
Which year did you apply to GET Fund for the scholarship for your PhD?
It was 2017.
When in 2017 did you apply?
I think it should be June 2017. Either June, August, because it was granted in September 2017.
When you put in the application, were you invited for interview, and what was the basis for your application to get fund?
Mr. Chairman, that's exactly why I wanted to explain how the scholarship. So, Gimpa had a program where they sponsor young lecturers to go and acquire, PhDs to come and enrich the institute. I was selected by Gimpa for that, scholarship. So when the time came for me to apply, Gimpa actually wrote a letter, and I think it was Professor Bonzi Simpson, who was then the rector of Gimpa, who personally wrote and forwarded the application to GET Fund. So I never had any interaction with GET Fund. I did not appear before any GET Fund, and I did not know anyone in GET Fund for that matter. And this was in 2017. I think it was August, July, August, thereabout.
So you didn't need to know anybody, but you needed to qualify by merit, correct?
Definitely.
And you benefited as a citizen of the Republic, correct?
Definitely.
Irrespective of your party colors, correct?
Well, definitely.
Yes, please. I mean, our minimum honesty is very important. Now,
I believe the honorable ranking member is not questioning my integrity by putting honesty in the question. I just hope that. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable nominee, now, this is your PhD that was fully funded by the state in 2017. And according to you, you earned it by merit. According to you, again, the states saw your promise and your potential as a young lecturer and gave you the opportunity to study. And in fact, you didn't need to know anybody at GET Fund, and you didn't need to show party colors before being given the opportunity. Tell us how much it cost the state.
Thank you very much. I can't recall exactly, but it's one of the school I was in actually is one of the expensive schools, and I think we're paying a bit over, I think, £20,000 per year. That is tuition alone. I think that is.
All right. So let's stay there a bit. So now, you spent 4 years for your PhD or 3 years?
It was 3, but COVID took 1 out, so 4 years.
So now, Get Fund took care of your tuition, your accommodation, and also your living expenses, correct?
So it wasn't only Get Fund that I relied on, even the university itself.
Honorable nominee, please, let's, Chairman.
Leader, please allow the nominee to, Honorable Minority Leader, allow the nominee to answer the question.
Chairman, with respect, I do not want you and I to be seen in the public eye exchanging. It's my duty as ranking to help him to stay on the question. My question is on Get Fund, and I'm specifically dealing with Get Fund. Respectfully, I'm asking you on Get Fund. If you are done with Get Fund, you can deal with other matters. So let us stay on Get Fund. You mentioned the tuition fees, which you are saying that at least it was £20,000 per year. And you are saying also that your school was one of the expensive universities, which the state still had to bear. I want to know from you, apart from the tuition fee, which however expensive it was, the states, Ghana, paid the living expenses. Did the state also pay for it?
Mr. Chairman, if I may be allowed to, without interference, to explain.
Please do.
It looks like there must be some explanation. So, when you are in a school, you spend all manner of expenses come up. No. And I'm saying that apart from Get Fund, which obviously could not cover every expense of the student, the school itself has scholarship, especially when you're in a PhD program. It involves research, traveling, so many expenses which Get Fund cannot even or would not even have in contemplation, or even you, the student, may not have in contemplation application. So the point I'm making is that in as much as Get Fund sponsored it, which I am of course grateful for all the Ghanaians who have paid taxes to invest in my education, I am grateful for that. The people of the United Kingdom, through their taxes as well, contributed to that project. That is all I'm trying to say. And of course, my family also contributed to that. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable nominee, so Get Fund, in addition to the tuition fee, provided you funding for your living expenses, correct?
Correct.
Now, Get Fund also paid for your accommodation as part of the package, correct?
Correct, Mr. Chairman.
Now, let me ask you this. As a result of the COVID, your studies got extended by additional year, as you said, correct?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, please. You said that I asked you earlier how long your program took you. You said it was supposed to be 3 years, but because of the COVID, it got extended. So if it's not for a year, what number of months extension?
May I explain? So, in the UK, your PhD may last between 3 to 4 years. So, it was not supposed to be 3 years. I had 4 years to conduct my research. Out of that 4 years, what I meant was that I would have finished in the third year, but for COVID, but I was still within time. So I was not. I didn't apply for any extension. Neither did I have any extension.
Honorable nominee. So you chairman with respect. If my opportunity to ask my questions will be interrupted. The Ghanaian people have had problem with the way we did our things. It is not this time that the chief will be applying for. I want to do a follow-up. Let's stop this. We've had a smooth 2 days where the chair, your deputy, stood his ground. What is this interference that he needs to do? Follow up. If he wants an opportunity for himself, I'm ready to stop so that you give him the full time to ask his questions. This thing of follow up, it's not acceptable.
Honorable Leader, you know, the majority chief whip kept prompting me he has a follow-up. So I'll have to listen to the follow-up question. If really it's not a follow-up question, I will overrule him. So please, you have the floor for a follow-up. And it should strictly be a follow-up question.
Chairman, thank you. Chairman, with all due respect to the minority leader, I'm also a leader.
Please, your follow-up.
So what is should be withdrawn?
Please, your follow-up.
Anyway, so my follow-up. Honorable nominee, you are conversant with Act 581, 2000. You are conversant with it. And you took advantage. No, let me, it's a follow-up, so let me, we are lawyers, let me put it in one omnibus question for you. And you took advantage of section 221 of the law as a citizen to apply for Get Fund for assistance as a Ghanaian citizen for your postgraduate studies. That is correct.
That is correct, Chairman.
Thank you very much. Chairman, that's...
Honorable nominee, you have told us a moment ago.
That is correct.
That is correct, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Chairman, that's...
Honorable Leader, you have the floor.
Honorable nominee, you have told us a moment ago that GIMPA, as part of its grooming policy for young lecturers, gave you the opportunity and you didn't even need to go to Get Fund yourself with an application. And it was an opportunity given to young lecturers. Is that correct?
That is correct, Mr. Chairman.
And in all sincerity, at the time that opportunity came, was it based on any law known to you at the time? Were you as invoking any right in any law as a citizen? In all sincerity?
I think Get Fund itself is established by law. GIMPA is established by law. So anything that happens within them, to the extent that they are limited by the laws that establish them, I understood at the time that I was working within the law. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
So it was an opportunity that was given to you as a citizen of Ghana who had the talent is one of the most expensive in the UK. The state, however, still bore the cost. Now, you have given an indication, you don't immediately have your offer letter here, but you're saying that in terms of tuition, it was about £20,000. Would you be able to share with us the actual tuition fee per year that the state paid, make that available to the chair of this committee for the purpose of our report, with the leave of the chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I believe if Parliament requires that information, Get Fund has on record all the persons they sponsoring and how much they are paid. I think that will be a more authoritative, source of the information than I could personally give. So I will recommend that if that is the case, Get Fund can provide. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Chairman, with respect. Chairman, something has been said, not on record, but sometimes those who view, no, I'm going to say, Chairman, let me finish. The learned Attorney General is somebody he knows I respect. And I don't want him to be on this table. When I'm asking questions, he says, what is the relevance? Chairman, if you didn't hear, I heard. These things must be stopped. Let's have a peaceful atmosphere.
Well, I have not heard the voice of the learned Attorney General.
If you didn't hear, no problem. I have heard. Though you are closer to him than I am, but if you didn't hear, I know that he has just said it. And Chairman, these things must stop. Let's stop all these side comments and let's focus. Joe, honorable nominee, do you also remember the living allowances that you received per year? Do you, because that one came to you directly?
Mr. Chairman, I think the previous answer still applies. Since Get Fund is the most authoritative source of this information, I think it could be obtained from there by the committee. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Chairman, with your leave, I believe that we would, this is very important, that would make the clerk right to Get Fund for this information. Let me go to the third one. Regarding your accommodation, are you able to share with us how much you received per year for your accommodation? Are you relying on your previous answer? So we make a composite application
exactly
to Get
so,
Fund.
Mr. Chairman.
Very well. So, Chairman, we would have three issues: living expenses, tuition, and accommodation for Get Fund to furnish us, to enable us have it in our report. Now, honorable nominee, we also have here your studies at Harvard Law School, Cambridge, US, August 2013 to May 2024. Was it also financed by the state?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My study in Harvard was financed by the Harvard Law School scholarship. Nothing came from the states in my study in Harvard. And it was fully, sponsored. Thank you very much.
Honorable nominee, Cardiff School of Law and Politics, for your Master of Laws.
Just as the Harvard Law School scholarship, they funded everything, my travel, everything for me fully. Thank you very much.
Did Get Fund fund your travel to the UK and back to Ghana?
They funded it. That is the
they paid your ticket.
Exactly.
For you.
Let's be clear. Is that for the masters or PhD?
No, it was Get Fund funded only my PhD. The rest were funded by these institutions that I've mentioned.
Very well.
Get Fund was not part of any of
Very
the
well.
other funding.
So it is clear. You are now asking of the masters. That is why I step in to do the clarification.
Most grateful, Mr. Chairman.
So just to bring clarity, 4 issues. Your PhD in the UK, Get Fund paid for your tickets to the UK and back. Get Fund paid for your accommodation for the entire period, 4 years. Get Fund provided you living allowances for the 4 years and paid your full tuition fee for the 4 years. Correct?
Correct.
Now, you have also indicated that you did your qualifying certificate in law and you have into bracket barrister and solicitor of the Supreme Court of Ghana, 2009 to 2011. That certificate that you are referring to, which came from the Ghana School of Law, on it, is there anything written qualifying certificate in law?
So the certificate is actually provided for in Act 32, that is the Legal Professions Act, and that is how they described it in the law. And I think in the description in the, I don't quite remember, and I don't have it here, but it's also stated on the certificate as a qualifying certificate to practice law. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
You also say you did Bachelor of Law, LLB degree, 2007 to 2009, correct?
Precisely, Mr. Chairman.
Underneath that, you have...
Mr. Chairman, I have my classmate who just is standing up.
Honorable nominee, let's focus. Don't go into other areas that will cause your delay and your people will complain that I spent too much time on you. Once you give me your yes or no, leave all those ex-cathedral matters. You've also stated that you earn a Bachelor of Arts, BA degree, Management and Psychology, 2002 to 2006, correct?
Correct, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable nominee, you have here Takwa Secondary School, Takwa, 1998 to 2000, correct?
Precisely.
You have also stated Teberebie Goldfields Basic School, Takwa, 1995 to 1997, correct?
Very correct, Mr. Chairman.
Then St. Michael's Kali School, Aveme, Volta Region, Ghana, 1985 to 1994, primary basic education, correct?
Precisely, Mr. Chairman.
Right. Employment and relevant professional experiences. University of Ghana School of Law, Legon, Ghana, April 2024 present, correct?
Correct.
Praetorium Solicitors, Accra, Ghana, October 2020 to present, into bracket, private law firm, founder and managing partner, Ghana Law Practice, correct?
General law practice, not Ghana law
Sorry,
practice.
I apologize. General law
Most
practice.
grateful, Mr. Chairman.
General law practice. You are right. I apologize to you on that. General law practice. Now, share with us where you did your service and what you did for your service.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I did my national service in 2007 at the United Bank of Africa, UBA. That's why I did my national service.
Do you have your CV with you?
I have it with me.
You have it with you? Please refer to page 3 of 6 of your CV.
Mr. Chairman, I'm at page 3.
Is there anything you would want to say in respect of your national service?
No, I do not, Mr. Chairman, I do not have anything to say.
You indicated in an earlier answer that you did your national service in 2007. On your CV, your national service actually started in 2006. That's why I wanted to give you an opportunity to correct it for the records. And you said there's nothing that you would want to say. I'm sure you didn't really get it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for reminding me that I started in 2006 and ended in 2007.
So is that what is on your record?
On my... Mr. Chairman, which record, please?
Your CV is in reference.
No, Mr. Chairman, you've just drawn my attention to the fact that it started in 2006 and ended in 2007, and that I said I did my national service in 2007, and I said I accept your reminder of what is on the CV.
So normally, when such an offer comes from the bench, what do you do as a?
I have expressed my gratitude.
You haven't said so. You only said remind. You didn't. You didn't. You said.
I said I'm.
I didn't hear. You have to say it because you were earlier challenging me. Anyway.
I'm grateful for.
Indeed,
your assistance.
You are not under cross-examination. You take it easy. We're just doing our constitutional duty. Okay, honorable nominee. Page 1 of your CV. You say you speak Ewe, Tree, and English. You also say you're from Aveme in the Volta region. So the Aveme area in the Volta region, is it Vedome and Law? Whatever, just help me. I want to know.
Mr. Chairman, Aveme is middle of the Volta region, exactly in the middle.
No. I'm not talking about geography. I'm talking about custom and tradition. And, unless you don't go home. But which parts do you? Because I've had some education from my tribesman here, and I know that in the Volta region there are different sub-tribes. So I want to know, if you say you are from Aveme, Mr. Chairman, can you talk to the chief whip? I can take it on a lighter note, but he easily gets emotional. So if he's introducing this, you should stop. Where do you belong? If you say you are from Aveme, what should we, are you an Anlo man? Are Aveme people Anlo people? Yes, we've heard you. We know.
I'm an Ebe.
Yes, in the Volta region, they speak Ebe. You are an Ebe, I know. But your sub-tribe, I want to know from you whether you often go home and you know. Because I have asked mine and I know. Pardon? So it's your sub-tribe Vedome.
That is so.
Yes, so say it. How have you gotten yourself immersed into the culture of your people?
I have lived among my people for a greater part of my life. I visit my people, and as you can see from behind, my chiefs are here with me.
Don't go there. Don't go there. You deal with the issue. They being here is neither here nor there. You deal with the culture.
No, I want to know what exactly you mean by how I immerse myself in the culture. I would be very grateful if you can guide me on that.
All right, sure. I will guide you. The Agbaja dance, do you know how to dance it?
We dance in my side of the Volta region. We do not dance Agbaja. We dance a couple of them. We have Akpi. Do you know Akpi? Then we have Bobobo. I believe you know Bobobo.
So, honorable nominee, we are here to learn about our country. Kindly demonstrate the Akpi dance a bit, just for a second.
Please. Honorable nominee, the question is overruled. You are not going to demonstrate.
Chairman, if you decide to be whimsical and capricious, it will not advance the work of this committee. Apart from the constitutional issues involved, it is also about our culture. We've had nominees speaking their dialect here. And I do not think that if you start by is overruled. The man is talking about a dance that we all don't know until today. If anybody had asked me in the Volta region, as part of our culture, what are the dances, I would have said Agbaja and Bobobo. Today, he is enlightening me and others. And I'm saying that he should demonstrate it just in some 30 seconds. And you saying that, you know, you are disallowing the question.
Honorable Minority Leader, I take offense from the fact that you are saying I'm being whimsical and capricious. So I will urge upon you to withdraw those words you use on me.
Chairman,
I will stand by overruling the question that you are not going to demonstrate any dance.
You were whimsical and capricious in the way you overruled my question. I will not withdraw.
You would not demonstrate any dance. This is not a demonstration forum. This is appointment committee. So I insist that you withdraw the word that I'm being whimsical and capricious.
Chairman, I will not withdraw. I'm sorry. I will not withdraw. You rudely overruled me. I will not withdraw.
I would again ask that you withdraw the word rudely.
Chairman, one more time, I will not withdraw. I'm sorry.
Will you withdraw?
Chairman, I'm sorry, I will not withdraw.
Well, to demonstrate to you that I am the chairman for this particular vetting committee, that may be your last question. I will proceed to acknowledge the presence of the following guests. Madam Mary Srem, mother of the nominee. Togui Tam the fifth, tutor of Aveme, representing Togiga Gazari the fifth, paramount chief of Aveme traditional area. Okpekpe Ukpe, Togiga Dagadu the ninth, overlords of Akpini State, Bando. Mamaga Aloglo, the first Paramount Queen, mother of Afema traditional area. Togbe Afari Akoto, the fourth Dufia of Afema, Danigba, and Mama Adjoefwe, the third Queen Mother of Afema, Danigba. His Lordship Justice Paul Bafoboni, Justice of the Supreme Court. His Lordship Justice William Atuguba, retired Justice. We also have Professor Kwame Jan, Professor of Law, University of Ghana School of Law. We have Honorable Commander retired Steve Obimpe, former Minister and former Member of Parliament of North Dai constituency. We have Mr. Mauto Agbavito, Regional Chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Volta region. And we have Reverend Father Emmanuel Mary Srem, Parish Priest, St. Agnes Catholic Church, Dodowa. You are most welcome. I also recognize the former Attorney General Marietta Brew upon the legal Marietta Brew, the legal advisor to His Excellency the President. You are all most welcome. Honorable nominee, you are hereby discharged. You hear from the committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
May I invite the next nominee to take his seat.
An abrupt end to the vetting of Justice